Hey, what's going on, Luke here? And it's been some time since Rugby League Live 3 came out, but that hasn't stopped the community from making the updated sides. I just went on to Rugby League Live 3 and I took a look at the Fanhub, and there are some 2021 lineups there, and I thought it'd be fun to take a look at these 2021 lineups from a game that came out in 2016. Actually, was it 2016 or 2015? Okay, I just looked it up. It was actually 2015. So we're going to be going back 6-7 years ago to when people were actually playing this game. Well, I suppose it turns out people are still playing this game because I get comments of people saying how much they like Rugby League Live 3 and that they're still currently playing Rugby League Live 3 over Rugby League Live 4. However, I just wasn't sure how active the Fanhub was. But it turns out it's actually super up to date. So might have to download some of these sides and give them a go. But in the meantime, we're just going to go into Rugby League Live 3 and take a look at some of the most downloaded sides from the past year. Now, we're just about ready to jump onto Rugby League Live 3. But before we do so, I just need to take the time to say, if you happen to enjoy this video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure to use the notification bell. Don't rely on the sub boxes. Don't rely on suggested videos. Use the notification bell and never miss any of my videos. Never miss any of my streams as well. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's MrLuke and YT for the most part. My Facebook is MrLuke, but everything else, including TikTok, including Snapchat. Speaking of TikTok, I uploaded one today. Go ahead and give me a follow, give me an ad, do all that sort of stuff. Also, go ahead and cop some of the merch. There is a design on the screen right now. You've seen me actually wear some of the merch. It looks really good, don't you think? If you like the design that you're seeing on the screen right now, go and cop some of your own. Alrighty, so we are on Rugby League Live 3, as you can see, and more importantly, the Fanhub. So you can see here, I've got the search type set to clubs, because that's what we're going to be taking a look at. Also, we have club name contains 2021, because that's what we have to look at as well, 2021 lineups. I've got the max age set to 1 year, however, I don't think that really matters. Downloads, it's sorted by, so we're going to get the most downloaded, and then the max results 100, so we can take a look at a fair few of them. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to begin the search and see who's the most downloaded site. In fact, not many have come up. 2021 GOATs 2021. Okay, this isn't exactly what I thought was going to pop up. I need to just reassess things and just change them.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I just took the 2021 out and these all came up. So it doesn't make any sense that they wouldn't come up earlier, but you can see the Penrith Panthers 2021 are the most downloaded side, followed by the Storm, Rabbitohs, Roosters, Parramatta, pretty much all the big gun sides. Obviously, Penrith won the comp and they're the most downloaded, so it does make sense. And it does also make sense that we would start off with them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Panthers. You can see that was Nathan Cleary on the screen right now. So I think all the jersey and stuff are just the default ones. Obviously, they've been used to the pink jersey for a long time. The home jersey hasn't deviated too much. I know they've got a lot of different colours there, but just the sense that it's a black jersey with a few different colours. It's just classic Penrith, really. I'm actually looking at the roster. This is where things get interesting. So they've got Nathan Cleary as a 94 rated player. Can I click on him? Yeah, there we go. That's actually not too bad for a Nathan Cleary. He would have been... I think he would have been an under-20s player still when the game came out. I was going to say maybe he had his, face scanned in or something, but I suppose he was a pretty big prospect back in the under-20s. But yeah, 94 rated for him, I think that is pretty fitting. Be interesting to see guys like Trbojevic and Tedesco and all those sort of ones, see what they're rated. But we've got Matty Burton here, the second highest rated, 88. Don't know if I agree with that one, but he's got the headgear, can't go wrong with him. Fisher Harris, 88, that's pretty fitting. Got the tattoos there. Kick out, he's even got the hair. I'm going to say that number looks quite strange, but you got Coruscant, 88. Looks pretty much like Appy. Jerome the Wire was a guy who I feel like probably was in the game, but probably didn't have a player face or player model or anything. Brian Toto, I guess it doesn't really look like Brian Toto, but I suppose when you get into these, you're sort of just looking for the names. You don't really care too much whether it's got a realistic face. I mean, it is an old game, so I definitely couldn't do any better, and I'd probably just go, all right, I've got the same sort of hairstyle and that sort of stuff. That will do. So you got Isaiah, you're 88. He was definitely alright on this game. I remember that much. Pretty sure he was quite decent. Stephen Crichton definitely wasn't on the game. He wasn't even on Rugby League Live 4 from memory. Kurt Capewell's there. Jesus. Okay, that does not look like Kurt Capewell, but we'll move on. Dylan Edwards, Liam Martin, Charlie Staines, Leota, Momorowski. Alright, we're starting to get into the guys who aren't really super important players, but you can see there actually some pretty decent player models, and also the player ratings I think are pretty accurate considering they won the comp. Matty Burton maybe a little bit too high, but I do rate Matt Burton, but maybe like an 85 or something. Now moving on to the Melbourne Storm, I will just say I'm not going to go through every single team. I'm just going to take a look at a couple of them. Josh Adokar, okay. I mean, he's got some leg tats and stuff, but a 90 rated player, Josh Adokar probably wouldn't go there. Harry Grant at a 90 rated as well. Guess that kind of looks like Harry Grant. Cameron Munster was definitely in the game. I don't know if that's the default one or not. I can't really remember. You got Jerome Hughes at 88. I think that's pretty fitting for him. Justin Olam is there. You got Ryan Pappenhausen. Does he have a mullet? Yeah, he kind of does have the mullet. That's probably more realistic than some of the hair I've seen on actual Rugby League Live 4. Got big Jesse Bromwich, who was on the game for sure. Nico Hines probably was like a Queensland Cup player, but actually looks quite decent. Brandon Smith, the Hectic Cheese, just signed with YKTR. That's a fairly decent little Hectic Cheese there. Christian Welch, Dale Finucane. As long as they got the headband around them, you're pretty sweet with them. Big Nelson, okay, he looks quite beefy, I will say that much. Kenny Bromwich, yeah, okay. We've seen enough of the Melbourne Storm. You know, they're fairly decent, these player ratings. It's not as if they've just taken it across from, you know, the default ones, or, like, they are pretty up to date. You've got Damien Cook there. Damien Cook doesn't really, I mean, it's definitely not the default one, because I'm pretty sure the default one was bald. But you got Latrell Mitchell there, you know, fullback. It actually does look fairly like Latrell Mitchell. I don't know if that's the default one either. Got Cody Walker. Doesn't look like Cody Walker. Cameron Murray. I have a feeling he probably wouldn't have been in the game. You got a similar sort of hairstyle, but pretty sure that's a pretty... Actually, face it, it does look a little bit off, but it's a lot closer than what I thought it was. Adam Reynolds, he was one of the stars of the game at the time when this came out. He's got the little tattoo there. I think that might just be the default one, I'm hoping. Jai Arrow, Alex Johnston, Dane Gagai. Interesting that Alex Johnson is rated higher than Gagai. Got Campbell Graham there into the centres. Colin Matungi, Jaden Sewer, Tommy Burgess. I'm pretty sure he was on the game. I think that might just be the default one. I'm pretty sure it's the default Tom Burgess. Benji was definitely a star of the game when this came out. Totally a 9. Okay, there you go. You got the gist of the Rabbitohs side. Going to take a look at the Roosters. I might do Roosters, Parramatta, and Manly, and I think I'll stop there. Otherwise, just be spending so much time going through these players. But look at Tedesco, looks to be the highest rated player so far. Definitely higher than Nathan Cleary, 95 rated. You got Tedesco there. Angus Crichton, number 2 for the Roosters. Luke Keary. That's pretty good. Luke Keary looks fairly, you know, I'm not going to say spot on, but it's fairly decent. Joey Manu, Victor Radley, looks very generic. Daniel Tupou, I'm pretty sure that's the generic, like the standard one from Daniel Tupou. I remember that player model for some reason. Hargraves got the tape around the head. Takiyaho, Tupanua. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been in the Rooster side when the game came out, but I feel like that's a pretty decent one. I feel like B-Moz and J-Moz, I played quite a lot with Josh Morris. I don't think that's the default one, hey. I feel like that's definitely not the default one. I feel like the default ones were a lot different. I mean, it kind of looks like Brett. Like, I mean, if you were looking at them, you could probably say, yeah, that is them, but don't know about the best player models, but like for sort of just a custom side, they've done quite well with these, I will say. Oh, Jake Friend's another one who was on the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the default Jake Friend. I'm thinking possibly. It's hard to remember because it was so long ago since I've actually played this game properly. And I can't say I was analysing player models at the time. Just in terms of ratings, though, I feel like the ratings are pretty decent in comparison to some of the other ratings that we've seen. I mean, the biggest one I'd probably say is a bit different is like Josh Adokar being the best player at the Storm. A winger 90 overall, it seems a little bit strange, to be honest. I'm going to go Parramatta Eels. Let's see what they've got Gutherson rated. Actually, it's not a terrible Gutherson. I feel like this is just like the Gutherson when the game first came out. 88 rated. Mitchell Moses was still, I know for sure he was still like a borderline first grader, reserve grader at the Tigers, so I remember doing a cream over them. Junior Paulo was a gun on the game back then, 86 and 88 right now. Pretty similar to when the game actually came out. Campbell Gillard, another one. Got the Mo there. That's actually a pretty good one. Reid Marnie, I feel like, you got the headgear. I feel like anyone who has a headgear can get away with anything, really. You got Isaiah Papali'i, pretty sure he wasn't around. I know Sivo definitely wasn't around. Nathan Brown, Madison. Sivo I had to download in Rugby League Live 4, I'm pretty sure. Got Fergo. I want to see what Fergo looks like. Okay. It's just, looks like Tim Mena, but a little bit taller and a little bit, like, more wingery, I guess. We've got Dylan Brown. That's actually a decent Dylan Brown. Ryan Madison, I think, was still at the Roosters at the time. I think that might just be the default one. I mean, you can see the rest of the side. Like, Bryce Cartwright was probably at his peak when this game came out. Let's be honest. I think he peaked at about 2015, 2016. So, yeah, that is the Eel side. We're going to take a look at one final side. Actually, let's look at the Newcastle Knights because I want to see Callum Ponga. I want to see Callum Ponga and see what... Okay, they've got him as a 90 rated. They've even got the custom little headgear. What does his face look like? I suppose it's decent. Like I said, the headgears are like a cheat code in terms of getting a good player face. Tyson Frizzell, I mean, it's so more... I think that's the default Tyson Frizzell. I'm fairly sure. Mitchell Pearce, another big name back in the day. I think that's the default one as well. Tyson Frizzell there. So we've got Daniel Saifidi, Bradman Best. Let's look at Jacob too. Daniel. How they look so different. They're literally twins. And you got Bradman Best there, who definitely wasn't in the game. David Clemmer, he was in the game. Okay, that's the default one. I remember that much. Got Edric Lee. Connor Watson. What's Connor Billy Watson up to? Alright. Don't know about that one, but look, that was the Knights. Going to go take a look at the Manly side. The final side, I'm going to take a look at them. Purely for Tom... What the hell? Seriously? Look at Tommy Turbo! Look at Tommy Turbo! Look at Tommy Turbo! Oh my... Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, well, he's definitely not got the hairstyle. Maybe the hairstyle changes things a lot. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. We've got Cherry Evans. Look at Ches. It's a, you know, decent little Cherry Evans. I mean, he's got the hairstyle. Doesn't really have the face. The neck's definitely there. Jake Trbojevic, not really. Schuster, sort of. Kieran Foran, it's a pretty decent Kieran Foran, although I don't think his hair's like that these days, but it's decent. Ruben Garrick, just like a generic dude, honestly. Jason Saab, I feel like Ruben Garrick would have been in the 20s. Jason Saab looks like an actual giant, although I feel like it's not a terrible Jason Saab. Like, it's actually okay. Marty Tapau, I think, was a big name back then. Pretty much like what Tapau was like then, pretty much what he's like now. Kind of got the general features of him. Brad Parker, let's take a look at him, the ringer. Oh my god, what is that beard? I mean, it sort of is the beard, but it's a lot more bushier, I guess. But yeah, that is... Oh, Dylan Walker's another one we'll take a look at. Okay, oh, that's Siranen. Dylan Walker... Yeah, it's a pretty good Dylan Walker. I remember him having a pretty good player model. Anyways, those are some of the sides from 2021 on a 2015 game. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you want me to download some of these sides and play a couple games with these sides? I'm thinking maybe I can recreate the grand final. I can play as the Panthers, take on the Rabbitohs, try and get a win. I know I've done it in the past where I played that game, but I was using the default sides. Now I can use the 2021 lineups and see how we go. Anyways, guys, that's where I'm wrapping up this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure to use the notification bell. Don't rely on the sub boxes. Don't rely on suggested videos. Use the notification bell and never miss any of my videos and never miss any of my streams. I stream quite a bit these days, so come along and watch some of the streams and interact with the streams, because I have a lot of fun doing them. Also, go ahead and give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's MrLuke on YT for the most part. My Facebook is MrLuke, but everything else, including Snapchat, including TikTok, is MrLuke on YT. So go ahead, give me a follow, give me an ad. Also, like I said earlier in the video, you see me wear some of the merch. There's a design on the screen right now. If you think that looks pretty good, go ahead and click the link in the description below for the spread shop and cop some of your own. Anyways, that's where I'm wrapping up this one. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content on the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. See yous.